Hello guys and welcome down to the CoasterGen Show, and this week is the Season 2 finale. This is it, and we're going to have a break for a month, but on this show, it's absolutely incredible to have Jordan from Cupcake and Coasters, Emma from Top Fuel Tourist, and Joe from Parkspill. Everybody's on tonight. We have Mikhile, we have Joe, we have Sam, aka Loki, and we have James. Say hi, James.
Hi, James.
And Sean. Sorry, Sean.
And we have Sean,
just Sean, just chilling there, just chilling. Hope everybody's well in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for setting reminders as well. It's great that you do that because it shows people waiting as well throughout the days up to the stream, so it's really cool. So thank you so much for that. Guys, how is everyone? How is everyone doing?
Right.
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Tickety boo.
And we have Joe, do you want to tell everyone what we've got coming up on the show today? The quiz.
You speak.
Joe.
Sorry,
that's
Joe, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
got Joe.
Joe from Theme Park Insanity.
This is going to be interesting.
We do actually have an 8-question quiz, and it is a multiple choice quiz. So do make sure you got your pens and papers ready, guys. And, see how many you can actually get right this time around. It'll be interesting to see because they're quite difficult. So
Of course
Oh
they are.
God, that's me done. I'm getting done.
Like James is just out of here. So yeah,
I'm gonna win.
I'll just leave while you do
Sam's
the quiz.
like, yeah, I'm gonna win. I have the power.
Oh, man, that
Oh,
last
God.
quiz we did.
All the
Sam knows
questions
the
are on the
questions.
first 10 years of Flamingo Land's operation as well. So
definitely not
Yeah.
Flamingo Land. Don't worry.
How
Not
many
Flamingo
how
Land.
many tiebreakers did we have on the last quiz with me and Sam?
6.
It went
Five.
a ridiculous amount, and I was
5 or
like, "No,
6,
Sam can
something
have
like
it,"
that.
and you were
Yeah.
like, "No."
Sorry, it was 6.
I had to win fair and square.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
dues.
No, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be good fun.
you did in the end. I think. Did he?
that
Can't remember.
killer
Yeah, I did.
instinct.
Yeah.
I did. I made sure. I'm owed
And
a
you won
pint
nothing.
actually. No, I'm owed a pint. I'm owed a pint in the
Okay.
Velvet Coaster.
Oh,
And here
is that
come
what I
the
said?
arguments.
I was pretty drunk.
I don't care.
I want my pint.
Yeah. So obviously, guys, big news this week is the Theme Park Fan the Musical will be on Saturday at 7:30 on Nick Hudson's channel. It's going to be absolutely incredible. And the news today, James, do you want to tell everyone what happened in the news today with that?
So Nick was on BBC Radio Lancashire discussing about the show, and he made the amazing announcement that Neil Patrick Harris, known for his character as Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother, will actually be making a cameo in the show, which is just amazing.
Which means it's going to be
Incredible.
legendary.
Dairy.
It really is, and honestly, this thing just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
better,
Crazy.
better.
Who's he
and
going to announce
crazier.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How are you going to top that?
Not
And the
good.
Queen.
Amanda's going to be on it.
No, we got Miranda Timpson.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Wow, there's 24 people watching. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions for anybody on the podcast tonight, please do get them questions in the chat. Shall we go through some news? Mikhile?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, we're doing this a lot tonight. by
The
the
art
way.
of delegation, Luke. What is
Yeah.
this?
Right on the
What can we
spot.
start with?
Let's go
Should we start with Icebreaker?
Yeah, let's go
Start with
icebreaker. Let's break the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
that
nice.
joke.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I'm drinking. So, yeah, Icebreaker has started. Well, it started testing a while ago, but I
It
think
started
it was
rocking a while ago.
Yes, yeah.
There's been about 15 videos of Midway Mayhem of it just going like this. Like,
Right, honestly.
like, when's it going to go?
At this point, I'm just like, just let me know when it does a full cycle, yeah.
Yeah.
Which it did, like either yesterday or the day before or
Yeah.
something like that, and it looks considerably better than I thought it would.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say so.
Like
Another top hat in
looks
Florida.
That it existed.
Yeah. Same. Honestly, same.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, you got Velocicoaster like 20 minutes away. You got Iron Gwazi like an hour 15 away, and then everything else is taking up the news, and then there's just this little thing down in SeaWorld. But no, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
to
looks like
be
it packs a
honest.
punch.
It looks speedy in places. It looks like you get good airtime on some of the hills. Like the turnaround looks whippy as pretty whippy considering the type of coaster it is. I'm interested to. Well, I'm just interested to try it, and I am a pretty big fan of just family coasters that do what they're supposed to do well. Which is why I like Verbolten so much. Like Verbolten's one of my favorite coasters. Not one of the most intense or anything.
I just want to experience that drop on Verbolten, the one that used to be there. What was it called? The ride that
Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, Big Bad Wolf. That's it. Yeah. Drop was mental.
That's not. I love that drop. That's not even my favorite part of Verbolten, honestly. But that drop is nice though, especially at night. But yeah, like Icebreaker is going to be. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to fill a gap in SeaWorld's like coaster lineup.
A step up to Mako, right? So
a step up to Mako. So the 3 B&Ms there, basically. Like I feel like if SeaWorld are making this push towards making the SeaWorld parks more based on the rides and the coasters and kind of integrating the animal exhibits and education into those as opposed to just purely the animal entertainment and stuff, then they're going to need to tick all boxes with what with the coasters they're offering, and this takes them a step further towards doing that. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised how fast it went over the top hat, to be honest with you.
I was thinking that as well. I was expecting it to be like proper slow.
Yeah, like
I think you could even in that video, if it's the same video I watched, when there were, you could hear it. Everyone's like, "Whoa!"
And it's quite loud as well. Like it sounds quite loud. Like it thunders through that track. It really does. So obviously we've got Velocicoaster as well. That's now starting. Is it testing with people or is it just promotion stuff? Obviously,
they were filming a commercial for it, as far as I'm aware. So they got what I assume were a bunch of Universal officials, maybe Universal creative employees. I know Gregory Hall, the senior art director, was one of those people who got to ride it, and they I suppose they just got all of those kind of employees, maybe intimate officials, who knows? To get on there so they could film for commercials and stuff, which I guess is why, like, on all of the footage, everyone was just holding on to the handlebars. Not a single person had their arms up or anything. I don't know if you guys noticed that, which is pretty weird. I was like,
no fun allowed in these commercials.
Don't look like you're enjoying. Don't you dare look like you're enjoying it. But yeah, no, like it's good to see that. It seems like coronavirus hasn't slowed this project down at all. If anything, it's sped it up because it closed the park for however long, and the construction teams basically just had free rein to build it as fast as they wanted, right? So yeah, like I like that it looks like it's moving as fast as it's supposed to.
Like it normally would, with the testing, the promotion, and everything else. Like Gwazi's done it as well. They've already had the promo out for the POV. I wonder when we'll get a POV.
Well, yeah, I meant just.
That took long enough to get.
That was a plea from everybody.
That was I think it was about a year to actually get the POV.
Yeah, definitely.
Like everybody just constantly badgering the part to just like drop the POV, and eventually just like, yeah, you know what, yeah, go on.
They dropped it, and then everyone went, looks slow.
Every single time.
Yeah, they did say that.
It's true. I wonder if they're going to say that about what do you guys, Emma and Jordan? What do you think about Velocicoaster? Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to get out there and ride it?
I'm going next year. Yay! I think it looks like it's going to be. If anyone's been on Hyperion, I think it looks like it's going to be the second half of Hyperion. That like ride like that, like it's all quite close to the ground, like really nice transitions and like loads of little pops of airtime. I think aesthetically it looks amazing. It's like, especially at night with the lights, looks incredible.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's going to be show scenes. Like it's Universal. There's going to be show scenes, and no one's really talking about that. Everyone's focused on the coaster and what they can see, but like the queue line, there's definitely going to be stuff in the queue line. There's going to be stuff in the station. There's definitely going to be like
dinosaurs.
At least like a pre-show and stuff. Like there's definitely going to be stuff around that is just going to elevate it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And I mean, you've got raptors kind of over the entrance as well, which really it just sets the precedent for the ride. So I mean, that's incredible.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's like when everyone, it's this thing that like enthusiasts do, isn't it? Everyone starts moaning about how slow it looks and stuff. And I'm like, it's universal. It's not the point. Like, that is not the point of like the coaster.
Sorry if you can hear a helicopter, by the way.
You what?
There's a helicopter literally buzzing around my street.
Oh, is
right
there?
It always looks slower than it actually is when you're on it as well.
It was like Hagrid's. Like when I've been on that and people go, "How was it?" I'm like, amazing. They're like, is it fast? I'm like, nah, it's like the coaster's
not the point of it.
It's not the point of the ride.
Not the point. I'm like,
see Hagrid if it was fast.
Stop looking at them launches as them like they're just meant to like bring you out your seat. Like sometimes they're just boosts. That's what they are. Like just get you around, and it's the whole. I don't want to say pack. Yeah, it's the whole package. Sorry, cliche. The whole package.
Yeah.
But
I 100% agree with what Jordan said. There's so much more going into the experience than just the coaster itself.
Yes, definitely.
Like even away from like the show scenes and all of that, literally just the theme and like the theming level that's been put into, especially the first half even. Yeah, the waterfall,
that's amazing.
the backlighting on the rocks. This thing's going to be visually top tier.
Yeah.
Even away from just what the coaster is, like the coaster's forces and stuff. Like that's gonna weigh into the experience more than
probably going to be like aesthetically probably one of the best looking rides on park. I mean, obviously Hagrid's looks amazing with the detail, but you don't really kind of get to appreciate that with a lot of the fact that a lot of it's kind of sort of enclosed in that big area. You know, Velocicoaster is there, it's right on the water in front of you, and the way it's all lit, you know, the trains, as you said, you know, the theming and everything else, it's going to be one of probably the best looking rides, you know, that the resort has to open in recent years. So it's worth it for that alone.
Yeah, that whole area as well. Like it feels like after Hogsmeade, that whole area felt dead. Like it just did. There wasn't really, you know, in comparison. And
it was just like a walk.
Did you say
when we went?
Kind of like going back in time when you come away from that area. Like I'm sure you said something like that. Like it was like going back to how it was before Harry Potter area was put in.
You can definitely see like the new versus the old.
The contrast
it doesn't really flow into it. Yeah.
And now it's like.
I do think it's going to really, really date Toon Lagoon now, though, because you're going to come. Like you've got Velocicoaster, you've got Kong, which personally I think is amazing, but I know a lot of people don't agree.
Amazing.
But then you're going to come off those kind of like real high techy kind of amazing modern rides, and then you go into Toon Lagoon where there's this like nasty sun bleached moldy old sign. So I really hope they do something to that area soon, because it's just like it's not fair to have it sat there next to it.
Right.
Even when you hear the music, when you're watching the videos that people are posting, it doesn't feel right hearing that music behind you when you're watching Velocicoaster. Like you just imagine Jurassic Park theme in your head. Like seriously.
I personally think Toon Lagoon is the next area that they have to work on, but I'm in two minds about it because Dudley Do Right Ripsaw Falls and Popeyes the Rapids are like my two favorite water rides in the world.
Why can't they just retheme it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if they were to retheme it, I'd be like
T-Rex,
like do something. Like obviously it's Universal, so they would, but like theme it in a way that is of the same level and like level of execution as as they are now. I know,
as it molds through, kind of thing.
I like how wacky the themes are of those rides. Yeah, it really like adds, because like they're stupid. You get so wet, and you're just like, this is ridiculous, and the ridiculousness of the cartoon theme like really
I can't wait.
Compliments that. It's nice.
But then you realize it's Florida and you get Dragon in half an hour. So.
Yeah.
So they can afford it.
So who here has been to Florida then?
Me.
Right. Okay. Cool. What was your favorite part of Florida? Like the whole thing. Like not.
Are you gathering research right now?
Yeah.
No, but when you say the whole thing, do you mean just the Universal parks or like overall all the parks?
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, right? Do you mean
the whole thing?
I'd say aircon. Aircon is the best thing.
Aircon's the best thing. That's pretty good in Vegas, to be fair. Yeah. No, like, but because obviously you've got Disney, like all the Disney parks, and you've got Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. Like, what was your favorite place to go to after you've been to all the places, I don't know if you guys have been to all the places, but if you have, what was your favorite place that you'd be like, I definitely need to go back there more than any other?
It's so hard. It's,
they
I
all
know.
have
Unique
their own
points,
thing.
Yeah.
it's like
That's the great thing
that's
about
the
all the
problem.
parks in Florida. They all have their own identity.
Yeah.
Like
They're all so different.
it's you can't it's really hard to compare like Disney and like Universal, for example, because they're just great at like different things really. I don't know.
You would end up liking them all for different reasons.
Yeah. I really loved Hollywood Studios. I just thought it had like a really nice vibe to it. Like, it's just so much. Now Galaxy's Edge, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, but I don't know. There's just something about that area that was just very, very immersive.
Honestly, for me, like I would have to say Islands of Adventure, in part because it was the first park that I ever went to in Florida, and it was like riding Incredible Hulk for the first time was like
now.
Like riding Incredible Hulk was the coaster that turned me into started thinking like I want theme parks to be a part of my life forever.
Yeah.
Right? Like Incredible Hulk is that ride for me. But like I love the hell out of Busch Gardens Tampa as well. Right. And
that's the thing. It's like I wouldn't take one over the other in a sense. Like I guess it all depends on like the day you have as well, isn't it? Like, was it a really busy day? Because that will take away the day.
It will.
And the first time I went to, I went to Hollywood Studios by myself, didn't I? It was like the opening of Mickey and Minnie, so that was like just an incredible day because it was like I've never been like doing an opening of a Disney attraction was just really cool. And it just meant all the other parts of the park were like dead as well. So did Hollywood Tower of Terror like 5 times in the space of an hour.
And it's like that's a day well spent.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
So like I would think that like either just one park on your first trip or the first park you go to on your first trip when it's like, what? All right, I'm here. Like I'm here. That moment. That might put that park as your favorite for that reason.
Our first day we went to Magic Kingdom and it was hell. It was absolutely hell, man.
It was a bit big.
It was insane.
But in recent years, Magic Kingdom's just become like intolerable. Like, I don't think anyone can go there and legitimately have a good time at Magic Kingdom anymore.
I was just
can't. It's too busy.
Yeah, I was imagining if I had kids, I was like, this would be like. Everyone looks so miserable when they're pushing pushchairs around.
Yeah.
All the kids are screaming.
I'm having a magical time.
Can I just say, it's not a bad park, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad
park. I love Magic Kingdom.
I love it, but that's
just ruined by
the first day we went. It was
all the crowds.
It was like a holiday, weren't it? And we didn't realise, so it was so busy. But then
we went back the next week again, didn't we?
I know, I went back the same week, and I just then it wasn't that busy, and then. Because I'd already seen the fireworks, I just used that time to go and get a load of rides in, and that's obviously the best thing to do if you can. It's like because if you go on like some of the rides and the fireworks are going off, it's just insane.
Big thunder with the fireworks going off.
I didn't time it on purpose, but it just worked out perfectly. As soon as like we went up the lift hill, I could hear the fireworks.
Yeah.
And then we were dropping down. It was just so good. Oh, you should have come with me on that trip.
I always like to ride. I know it's going completely off topic, but ride Nemesis when the fireworks are on at towers, like it's just
epic.
It's just so good, so quiet.
Speaking of towers, my print is done.
Oh wow, cool.
Go grab it?
Let's see.
I'll go grab it. Yeah, it's finished.
Oh, excited.
You can explain what's happening.
Mate.
So we got a question from Thrill Seeks in the chat saying, I think it was Thrill Seeks, what will open first, Blackpool or Towers? Or Merlin Park?
I think Blackpool.
Probably Blackpool.
I mean, more than likely they'll probably open at the same time at this time.
That's what I was going to say. As soon as those parks can reopen, they're going to open.
Yeah, everybody's just been, they'll be like, right, okay, we're open, guys, come on.
Yeah.
And you have to make decisions. You'd be like, what do I do?
That was like the 4th of July last year, wasn't it? When everything reopened.
Yeah.
It was going to work, on that weekend.
I feel like I'll probably go to Blackpool first, just because it's just what I'm used to. I'm used to like being at Blackpool first, and then like even when lockdown ended, we went to Blackpool first,
and then Towers.
And then
You went Blackpool before me. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, well, you did after lockdown. Yeah, you went Blackpool before me. I didn't go until I went with you.
We went to go collect our passes, and we thought it was sold out, and then we picked our passes up, and they were just like, "No, you can go shooting still." And I was like, "Okay."
Did you go on the 4th?
Yeah.
I was there on the 4th.
Me too. It rained all day.
Yeah.
No,
but the big one was open.
Yeah, it was
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We went on the Sunday.
We went on the Sunday.
The 5th.
Yeah, the 5th.
Yeah,
Well, has anyone else booked March 27th? Because that's what it's on at the moment. Yeah.
I haven't booked a single thing yet. I'm not gonna lie.
Trying to get your hopes up.
We already got refunded for the travel lodge. We got the best travel lodge we could have got, because we always struggled to get travel lodge on opening weekend, and then we got it this year and then refunded. Like, so good.
You get it on booking.com and then you can just cancel it up until the day before. So I've
Booking.com's the best.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't,
yeah, it's worth having it at least, and then you've got that security. So
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, right,
we
James.
shall see.
Let's see.
That's not far off now, though. Really, is it 27th?
So little test print.
it's
It's basically the statues outside
That's
of
tiny.
Hex. Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah, smaller than
It's the statues. The statues outside of Hex. It's actually a 3D scan of one of them.
Oh, okay.
It's actually.
With the little dog
Focus.
with the shield.
Oh, that's well cool.
Hang
It
on.
looks like a
Put
chess
Put your
piece.
hand
mate.
behind
Put
it.
your hand
What?
behind it.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah, put your hand behind it.
Go
James,
on.
Hand behind
put your
it.
hand
Put your
There
hand
you go.
behind it.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, there we go.
Look at us all like
That's
this.
so cool. Yeah, I can't see from here. I can't see it.
I
What?
love it.
Are you going to paint it up?
But what was that?
Are you going to paint it up?
Possibly. I might print it bigger. This was just to see whether it actually printed okay,
Yeah.
because I wasn't sure with the detail on it. But
Now
yeah,
you can just print hex like the whole.
the whole of Hex.
Print Hex. Overcome a madhouse.
Yeah, just whack everyone up.
Print towers.
I mean, that would be impressive.
Yeah, it was.
Right, have we got any questions in the chat? Whoa.
There was another one a minute ago as well. Let me just scroll back up and I'll find it. Where are we?
Talk amongst yourselves.
I will say I'll probably go to Blackpool first, just purely because Luke is at this point probably wanting to drag me on Icon.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Pretty
we'll be
much.
there
I
as
still
well.
got that to do.
Indeed.
I just want to be
theme
there
park-
when you get off it. I want to know your reaction straight away. I want it on camera. I want to what did you think? And you'd be like, yeah, it was all right.
You've essentially booked
That's
that
what
booked that in. Like
Everyone's
it's in
first
stone
reaction
now.
is like, yeah, it's all right. And then later in the day, it's like, that's really good.
Theme Park Touring in the chat says, what's your most anticipated coaster opening this year?
Velocicoaster.
Storm Chaser.
All of them.
I'm really
Like
curious
outside
how
the
the
UK.
coaster at
Yep.
Flamingo Land goes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably my most anticipated one as well. I mean, obviously, I've been following that since day one, so the sooner it opens, the better. You know,
Thing is though, like Colossus isn't a bad ride. It just has bad trains. Like for me, I'm quite tall and I'm really long. So when I'm sat in the trains, I feel like I'm squatting for.
Oh,
My knees are like bigger, and I'm like, so that's what ruins it for me. So I'm so interested to see like with different trains, just to see, because I don't mind the ride itself.
It's gonna be so good to compare the two, isn't it, and see how different it is.
Well, I've actually ridden Colossus now, so I can actually do that. So when it does open, I'll be like, right, is it over the shoulders or is it lap bars? It's obviously going to be lap bars, but you know.
Is that confirmed though? Lap bars?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely lap
Yeah,
bars.
it's confirmed.
It's in the cars. It's in
It's an
the
interesting
trains.
one.
Yeah, we've seen the trains, haven't we?
I
They
haven't.
haven't confirmed the name yet, have they?
No.
No.
They seem to be really slow on everything.
I
Like,
heard that it was
I
going
s-
to be called Inversion, but the IO
just about
engine is the
I s-
10.
I swear to God, if this park calls this ride
Inversion.
inversion,
Mikhail's gonna go sick.
Honestly, I
Flamingo
would
Land.
not put it past them. That feels like a very Flamingo Land thing to
the,
do.
the park's just over an hour away from me. I will continue to not go.
I mean, I've been badgering them most weeks, so it'll be interesting to see if that's the case. but it
Lucas
sounds
says
like-
flamingosis.
That's a great name.
Flamingosis.
What if they just called it Colossus?
I wouldn't put it past them, to be fair. I really wouldn't. But I'm looking forward to that just because of how different profiling is on the track as well. A bit of it, it's a bit more. It seems to. Has anyone ridden Altair?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so you know what it's like then, pretty much.
I mean, to be fair, I rode it in 2014. So I can't really. I remember liking it more than Colossus at the time. Like it was smoother, and there was no OTSRs next to my head, so it was
I think Techno Andrew says in the chat how they confirm the colour of the coaster. They are repainting it. It is confirmed silver track.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And the Union Jack train.
I didn't know it was officially confirmed.
Is it going to have the Union Jack train though? Like, is it really going to do that? Is it literally going to be Icon and Big 1 in 1?
I mean, that's really quite bizarre, isn't it? Because why would they stick, sort of Union Jacks on it?
I like the colour of it now. It stands out. It
does. It suits the part more, I think.
Sovereignty, mate. We're not in the EU anymore.
Sovereignty.
Brexit coaster.
I mean,
Brexit coaster.
I mean, going off my thing, because I know that the most heavily rumoured theme is pirates. Now, mixing that, the colour scheme, and also the Union Jacks, I'm kind of leaning towards something maybe kind of sort of like a Port Royal style thing, sort of a British takeover of pirates.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I really think we're kind of giving them too much to expect it to be themed.
Yeah.
Oh,
some rocks and some water.
The name.
Well, rocks and some water. At least that's more than what Colossus is at the moment.
Potted plants and put them outside and call it a day. That's
to be fair, the fact that it's actually they're going through the effort to repaint the thing is surprising in itself.
That's not going to be ready, is it? That's not going to be ready. Like, it's not.
I think in terms of what we're looking for coaster-wise, like Ride to Happiness, I think is going to be special.
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
I'm so excited. That and Honda.
We've not even talked about that on the show.
I was literally just about to say we can't not mention Conda and
Honda.
And
Conda. Yeah.
A Euro trip needs to happen.
That's top 5 material right there.
The funny thing about Ride to Happiness was I did a video on it and I got loads of people commenting on it saying they don't like the direction the park's going in because it's like all Studio 100, which is like Nickelodeon, like in Belgium, and it's basically like imagine having Wicker Man themed to Keenan and Kel. Like
wow! Orange soda coming out the shoulders.
Actually, Good Burger. I'd go for a Good Burger ride.
Here you go.
But I'm glad they're kind of going a different way because it's just a weird theme.
And the Tomorrowland collaboration as well.
Yeah.
That's just
That's such. I'll say this now. I despise the name. I understand the connection to the Tomorrowland set and everything, but it's still a horrid name for a coaster.
It is. It sounds like a like Chinese translation of like what they call their roller coaster, like Soaring in Air with Dragon. Like it has the same like vibe to it. It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what everyone's going to shorten it to when it opens, because no one's going to call it Ride to Happiness.
I think it'll just be Happiness.
The Tomorrowland coaster.
We've been calling it a plot spinner on Discord. I'm calling
Plopsa
it that.
Spinner is what it's called.
It does look insane.
But like the that idea for a theme is masterful.
And
that's such a great idea for a theme.
And I think like Tomorrowland, the festival, it's like one of the biggest festivals in the world. It must bring in so much money for Belgium, and they've not been able to run the festival. It'll be 2 years since they've been run the festival. So it's good that they're kind of like supporting each other in a way. I think that's like such a good move from the park, and I think it's going to result in something like really, really special.
Definitely.
Lobsterland's amazing as well because they've got the whole resort, like they've got the hotel. What are they building? Is the hotel open yet? They were building a hotel last time I went, and they've got the water park as well. And now they've got like another kind of good. What I would still call it a family coaster. It's like a high end family coaster, but it's not quite in the like hardcore thrill level. Like I think it's kind of a similar level to Anubis, but that I love that park. It's so good. It's just another reason to go back. It's fab.
Yeah. It's not even far away. I can't believe
it's across the road.
No, we are
literally down the road.
Yeah, because we drove from what's it called? Phantasialand back home.
That random one in Germany no one knows about.
No. Even driving all the way through that, it was like 5-6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. If
Did I miss a joke? What did you were laughing at?
No, it was just where it just went dead.
Okay.
So
Conda with like literally looks that's
Is
top
there a
that's
kids
top
coaster
10
next to it?
material.
Is there a
Yeah.
kids coaster going in that area? Kondala.
I heard someone mention that because there was some sign that said Kondala.
Kondala, yeah.
Kondala.
No one knew what it was for.
Kondala and Shambhala. Yeah, they. It was. Does anyone remember like all those? I think it was like 5 years ago now when they announced their like 5-year plan, and this was like the piece de resistance of the 5-year plan. It's really weird to kind of see it like this is the final piece of the puzzle, like coming into place, and now Walibi Belgium is this amazing destination theme park. Then before it was like just a bit shit. Now
at least they went with their development plan, unlike Thorpe.
Will we ever get a coaster at Thorpe?
God
Got a few.
Another one. It's been too long.
What do we think of Conda testing then?
Oh, it looks sick.
Incredible.
That first drop looks like if the big one was
The
done
first that
properly.
we've seen so far.
Oh, like
I just
looks
like the
amazing.
fact that the snake has a mohawk.
Oh yeah, that as well. That has a lot of merch potential. Snake with a mohawk. But that airtime hill directly after that first drop and the speed it gets at the bottom of that first drop.
Non-inverting Cobra roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing.
What is that going to ride like? Like it just looks insane. I can't even get my head around what it even might ride like.
I got a feeling what
Yeah.
Mikhail's going to say.
Do you?
The way you were looking, you was kind of like,
I'm just
a bit.
I'm just not sure about like it looks it could be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea what it's going to ride like. Like it could ride amazing, or it could be terrible. Or it could be a pace killer. We really don't know.
That's life, Mikhile.
Indeed.
Oh dear. Right.
Gotta be ready for what it throws at you.
Yeah. So what else we got testing? We got Monster.
Oh yes,
The
trains.
B&M, the most compact B&M inverted coaster I've ever seen. Like, it's just
It's really unique. That's what I
man.
think it's got going for it. It's like if Blackpool had built it.
they
you
had
know
to
what I mean?
lower the
Like,
trains down. Like they had
Yeah.
to crane them down to the track. Like
yeah.
that's insane.
I just like the
I'm
fact
so
that
glad
Staples
it doesn't have the vest restraints
Oh, same.
because they suck.
Yeah. Well,
The ones on the inverts are just in general that B&M have.
Well, Banshee has the vest restraints, but they've gone with the kind of more traditional approach because the people who work there are enthusiasts and they know that that's better. So I'm really glad that they've gone that route because I feel like B&M would try and be like, we've got this new design, and everyone just be like, we don't want it.
You're right.
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem-
To be
seems
honest,
like that, doesn't
to
it?
be honest, with the vests, it's interesting with B&M because, like, obviously the flyers need them, right? Like the flyers need them on wing coasters. They're not horrendous in my opinion. Like
It depends.
I'd still probably
As a
rather.
non-breasted person, I don't think you can have an opinion on that.
No,
You have got a point.
It definitely depends because I think they have changed the design of how the vest restraints work.
Yeah, they don't lock anymore.
Because before, they still lock, but once they lock, they can't get any tighter.
That's
That was the issue that it had, like on the Swarm. It's
On the
horrible
Swarm, where you're
because
just
throughout the
in
ride, it
track.
just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Like the G-force spins you back, and then the restraint's like, "Oh yay, more room," and then collapses in on you. And
So,
by the
like,
end, it's just like I can't breathe.
And then like
Especially
on the
turnaround, that must be horrible. If that
Yeah.
tightens
and then
up.
like on the dive coasters, just get rid of them immediately. Like they mute everything. What is the point of putting vests on a coaster where you're supposed to feel like you're coming out of your seat?
Yeah, definitely.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
That's why Oblivion's still as good as it is because you've still got the standard, over the shoulder restraints, and obviously the smaller trains, just make it as well. So
Right.
Yeah, the airtime on Oblivion's insane. You can get some
Love it.
proper.
if you leave a little bit of give, you proper just that's it. You're floating
Yeah,
down.
you
that
only need
slope.
to leave that much, and it's enough. It's just
Yeah.
so cool. We haven't. I don't think we spoke about this on the show. But what about Emperor? Is it SeaWorld San Diego? Is that?
Oh
what
yeah, the dive coaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
thinking
It
about
looks
dive
so
coaster.
good.
It looks rapid, right?
Does
Does
look
anybody else think that it looks fast
looks
for a
very
B&M dive coaster?
Yeah.
It
Very.
looks so quick.
Also that footage of just no sound during the drop.
Yeah, and
And as soon as it hits the pull out, you just get a massive roar. It's like, Jesus.
Kind of reminds me a little bit.
That
of
row was fashionably late. It had me dying. The first time I
Yeah,
saw
just
it.
silence and then B&M roar. It's just like, okay, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, Emperor looks great. It looks like it paces really well throughout the entire
It
layout.
does. It's
So it's-
one of the fastest ones I've seen. Like obviously off riding on a video, the way it takes that 0G on that, it really takes it. It takes it quick. You know,
Yeah.
it spins out, and I like that. I like that B&M are doing things now a little bit differently. They got to this point where they were building hypercoasters the same. They weren't putting different elements in, but I feel like, you know, since Shambhala with the ampersand turn and all that, and then you've got Orion with all these crazy tip out turns, and Candemonium with all these outward bank turns as well. I really think B&M of Monsters drop like is insane on that inverted coaster, and I think B&M have really they're not. Everyone else is kind of copying each other a little bit. Like they're
Yeah,
trying
they are
to
a
do
little bit.
outward banks, they're trying to do stall turns, you know,
Wave turns.
yeah, wave turns, everything. And B&M are just like, nah, we'll just make this crazy new tip out that, you know, tips you about 300 foot in the air, so it's fine. They're doing their own thing, but they're doing their own thing enough for people to be like, all right, I'm excited for B&M, or I'm excited for Intamin for different reasons. And I think it's so cool. Like we say this every week, but it's such a sweet time to be an enthusiast with all these rides that are around the world now.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's
Crazy.
unbelievable, really, isn't it? The amount that's opening and how they're all different.
I think the fact that we've had like a year's gap between where nothing's really open has just literally amplified that tenfold because everything.
Yeah, it's like condensed it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's all coming at once.
It's funny how 2020 was about to be the year for, you know, a bunch of coasters opening up. Like it was about to be a really good year for the industry and just for enthusiasts in general. And now because hardly anything, I know Orion and a few others opened up last year, but hardly anything opened up. They've all been pushed to 2021, and now 2021 is about to be that year. Maybe, hopefully.
And if not 2022,
Just
and if not
jinxed
2023,
Touch wood.
yeah, Mikhaile's jinxed it now. Yeah. Right. Have we got any more questions in the chat? Hello to everybody, by the way. If you guys do want to get speak to people in the chat, get some questions, feel free. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, Emma, you recently reached 1,000 subscribers on your channel.
Congratulations!
Awesome. It's so cool.
Party!
Thank you.
How long have you been running the channel for?
I think, what year are we in now?
2021.
2021.
2021.
I don't know what year.
23.
2019. I think our first vlog came out from Alton Towers in September 2019.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I'm
That's so
sure it
cool.
was. I mean, I don't know. Who knows what
I
day
can
it is?
see it.
But yeah, I think it was then. And then it was kind of like,
August 2019. There we go.
there you go.
So it's literally a month after me then.
23rd of August 2019.
Yeah. So,
Surviving Wicker Man.
Hey.
like, if Carl was here, he'd tell me, because he'd just been to America, I think he had. And then, so I was like, we had this idea for the channel in like July time. And then he was like, oh, no, sorry, I'm going to America. So I was like, all right, see you later. So I just like,
You're not invited.
no, family trip. Boo. I was just like, oh, I've got all these ideas, you know, like as you do when you start a channel, you just really want to get going. And I was like, waiting for him to get back. And then I think like the day after he got back, I was like, let's go to Blackpool or Alton Towers. And I think we went to Blackpool and we filmed a vlog and it was dog shit. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to put that out. And then we went to Alton Towers a week later. We got a new camera and it went from there. But like, I imagine you can all speak for yourselves that like this last year and a half has been like amazing because I've just always like kept up with the coaster community on socials and stuff like that. But to now be like involved in it is wild because I'm like, because obviously like when you watch people on YouTube as well, it's like, and then you meet them, it's like, whoa. And then, but then to have all these friends and like speak to you guys and speak to I've just got so many friends now that understand my hobby and my love and enthusiasm for something which I never had before. So I'm like, I could speak to anyone about these things now, and no one's going to tell me to shut up.
I can relate to that so heavily.
It's that thing when you're talking to a friend and then you kind of forget that you're talking in lingo, and then you have to explain what you mean by that. But then they're just so uninterested. Like, okay, right, and you're just like, I feel like an idiot.
And then you just do a vlog and you're like, Wicker Man, it's massive, it's so good. And everyone's like, yes, it's a really cool vlog. And then like you interact with people in the comments as well. I love replying to comments on the channel. Like it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like
it was so funny. Like last year when I got back to Towers, and because I went on a 3-day trip with a bunch of enthusiasts, and just obviously the conversations we were having were obviously everything that you expect them to be. And then like 2 weeks, and then like 2 weeks later, I went with my non-enthusiast friends, and it was kind of just like, Smile does a lot of loops, doesn't
it? It baffles me when people aren't excited about roller coasters. It just baffles me. I'm like, no.
It's when like you ask them, you go, oh, how do you think that was? Like if they've never been on it before, and you go, oh, how was that? And they go, it was all right. And I'm like,
I like make them go back on it. We'll do that again. Come on.
what about this bit or that
Right.
bit? Like, I didn't really notice, if I'm honest. I'm like, you know what? Go home. Leave it.
Yeah.
Are you here?
This is what you're meant to say. Try again.
I mean, it's so funny because, like, for me, you know, personally, I found out like I'm the only person in my entire family that actually has, you know, this interest and passion for the industry and actually for getting out there and riding the rides. So if I try and talk to my family about it, I immediately get the "I'm not interested" look, or I genuinely get told to shut up. So to be able to actually have a community to talk to and friends to talk to, for me personally, makes a world of difference. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Really,
I look forward
Every
to
now and
this.
again, like my mum will like, every now and again, she'll ask me about the channel and she'll go, oh, what have you been doing? And then I'll go on and on and on, and she's like, literally looks at me as if to say, like, I asked you one question.
I just wanted. It's good. That's it. That's all you should be responding to that question.
No, that's a time code, so you're done now.
I was only being polite, asking, okay, shut up.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, how are you doing? And then people just start going. It's just like, I was just expecting good. Nothing else.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Thank you
It's
for
great
Jaron.
as well, because like you and Carl and the kids, you all just love it, don't you? You can tell when you're on a day out together and you're vlogging.
Genuinely forced it upon my kids, though, I'll not lie, but getting into it now, it's fine.
Well, they're not complaining, are they? It stays out.
No, they love it. Like, obviously, like, it was just like me and Carl have known each other since we were 16, and he's always been that friend of mine that's been interested in going to the parks and stuff. And then, obviously, as we were vlogging, and more so last year because the kids weren't at school as much and stuff, and when the park started to open, it was a 6 weeks holidays, and we were like, we'll just take the kids along while we're vlogging, they'll love it. And at first it was a bit like, I don't know, it was like, part of me was like not interested in the vlogging because I was like, I need to be a parent and make sure my kids just aren't running away while I'm just looking at it. But then, like, they've got so
jumping in water.
Yeah, they just got off, so I'm like, where have you gone? But they've just got used to it now, like, and like Carl with his son Caleb, like, they've just got used to it now. So it's really fun how they will really be interested to speak to the camera and give their opinions. Like, it started off with like like, Finley, how was that? And he'd go, yeah, he's all right. But now it's at the point where he's like, shows massive enthusiasm for it, and he'll come to me and go, come
It's time.
He knows what it is. I've just basically been educating him, like, without him realising. So, but it's just nice now that the kids are at the point where they enjoy it and they enjoy vlogging as well, and they're getting old enough to get on these coasters now. Like, Finley did his first like 1.4 coasters at the end of last season. I was like,
I love that. Was it on Oblivion where it's you and him like going up the lift hill and he's like
this conversation with him, and I was like, right, we're gonna go now, like, it's coming towards the end of the season, if you want to do a big ride, we need to do it, like, because you're not going to have a chance now till next year. What do you want to do? And he was like, oh, and looking at all the coasters, and he went, well, Oblivion seems like the tamest. And I was like, let's go. And we just sat on it, and he was going up that lift hill, and he was just going, well, no. Everybody be happy.
Too late now.
But he loved it. He loved it. Like, So he did Oblivion, he did Galactica, and he did Rita, and he loved them now. So he's at that point now where he's getting brave enough to kind of take that step. And that's really exciting for me because I'm just like, it's nice to see my kids enjoying what I like doing, so I don't feel like I'm forcing them to come to Alton Towers.
I mean, I can't wait for the day that Theo's, my little, he's nearly 5 now, but my little boy is actually old enough to go on a ride like that, because it's literally he's trying to drag my wife into the queue now, and obviously he's got no chance. But it'll be fun to see if when he actually gets to that height, whether he's still got that enthusiasm to go ride the rides. And I've got everything.
I think he will.
Yeah, I reckon he will.
That kid's going to have no fear whatsoever.
Oh, he already doesn't. He really doesn't. He's jumping on anything he can do. So it's going to be amazing.
I just like watching the vlogs where like some kids do like Wicker Man for the first time, and the first time they do it, it's like they've got PTSD or something. Like, but then they do it again, and then they're like, now I know what to expect.
But it's like Brandon does a family coaster, and then it's just like that pre-show.
They've just been
it's actually quite horrifying.
Yeah, because they can be quite small. Like, is it 1.2? But they can be quite young at 1.2. You see some really little kids going on that.
Yeah, but then some of them love it. Like I see a lot of kids like coming off it and loving it. But then there's a lot of vlogs I watch where it's just the kids are just like,
oh god,
so excited to go on it. But but they'll lead some kids through around the pre-show, won't they?
Straight into the stage.
That was the one thing I was worried about, like with my Lola, because she's just turned 1.2. I just knew that she would freak out at that pre-show. So I was kind of glad that it wasn't on last season. So because I don't think she'd have got on the ride if she'd have had to stand there and it went dark. She'd freak out. So I was kind of glad. So now, like when it ever does come back on, I'll just be like,
you think it will?
Take her in the room. I'll be like, you love the ride, so you're gonna have to stand there.
She's done it once now, so it wouldn't freak her out as much.
I would have been the same, because when I was around that age, I loved going on like intense rides, but I would never go on a ghost train. I just was like had this fear of ghost trains, but like once I did one, I was just addicted to him. But then again, it was like there was a mystery about him. I was always like, what's inside though? And I used to just make all these like little models of like ghost trains and stuff. So it kind of when I finally went on a ghost train, it was just like the worst thing ever, and I was like, "This is rubbish."
that not knowing kept me off dark rides and ghost trains for years.
What's that?
that not knowing of like what's inside and stuff, and not being able to see anything.
Your imagination just goes crazy.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't watch horror films. My imagination's way too overactive for them.
Like I'm strange. I hate horror films. Love scare mazes.
I don't like horror.
I love them, but I'm scared of them. Like,
I absolutely love scare mazes, but I hate horror films. It's like,
if you could see my collection.
This cat.
That's awesome. Right, shall we do the quiz? Should we do the quiz?
Oh no,
that sounds like a plan.
Right, so
pen and paper ready.
All right, here we go.
8 questions.
Yep.
I'll number them ready.
8.
So just do what we did last time. We don't do quizzes on the channel at all. We did one out of randomness the other week, and Sean and Sam were still going for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes after it. We've just finished. Yeah, you just finished.
The other week that was the Christmas episode.
Was it? Oh man,
Yeah.
seriously,
Christmas,
I'm not with it today.
It was my debut.
Yeah. If Luke seems out of it, he had an hour sleep last night.
Lockdown.
His own self-inflicted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat wanted to keep me up last night. For once, it wasn't my son, so I can't really moan at that, can I? Right, guys. So, if anybody's playing in the chat, please have pens and papers ready. No answers in the chat, please. 8 questions, multiple choice. So, I'm ready when you guys are. If you let me know, we all got to go.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
So, are we going to do all the questions and then do the answers like you do on the CPI one? Right,
we'll do it that way. That's probably the best way, rather than
otherwise we'll be here till 1.
How many questions were there?
Either that or everybody will be getting 8. Yeah.
Obviously, Sam wasn't listening.
We'll all have passed out.
James, should we team up? Because we're not very good at quizzes, mate.
So question 1 then. So the first question then is, what year did Chessington World of Adventures first open its gates to the public? Was it A, 1925, B, 1928, or C, 1931? So that's what year did Chesterton Adventure? Adventures.
Taxi!
First opened its gates to the public. Was it A, 1925, B, 1928, or C, 1931?
Can I just not give my answers in?
I forgot my homework. I hate it.
Genuinely, when I heard that question, my mind went to probably like 80. What? 20 what?
Oh, no, it was a lot earlier than you yes, but yeah. Question 2 then. What is the top speed of Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point? Is it A, 69 miles per hour, B, 74 miles per hour, or C, 78 miles per hour?
What were the options again?
Yeah.
A, 69 miles per hour, B,
Diggity.
74, or C, 78.
Well, I'm happy there's one of them.
It's one of them, yeah.
Okay.
Why do I feel like Jordan's just going to kill this?
Jordan's writing the answer as she's hearing the question.
Right.
So it's not even needing the multiple choice.
I wanted to be pedantic about question 1, but
Yeah.
We'll wait for the answer.
No, we'll say it. Was it called World of Adventures?
Well, I'm kind of going off Chessington in general, actually. I mean, obviously it's open for debate, but we'll see.
So glad I didn't bring it up.
It could be one or two choices to be fair, but yeah. Anyway,
It was called Chessington when it was an Iron Age fortress. Wasn't it?
very true. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, it was a joke, mate. Don't worry.
Question 3. What is the total height of Hakugai at Nagashima Sparland, Japan? Is it A, 175.6 feet, B, 178.4 feet, or C, 180.4 feet? So that's what is the total height of Hakugai at Nagashima Sparland, Japan? Is it A, 175.6, B, 178.4, or C, 180.4?
Are you purposely trying to make me look stupid?
It's not just you. He's trying to make everyone look stupid.
Emma, we're all
I'm going to be honest. If I didn't
Bear
actually,
with-
do
just-
I wouldn't have a clue myself.
Bear with while I load up our
Mikhail.
CDB. Yeah?
Hey, no.
You're cheating.
That's what he's doing, and Jordan knows what he's doing.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said, Mikhail looks like he knows what he's doing. Sam looks like he knows what he's doing. Jordan looks like she knows what she's doing. The rest of
And
us
we're
are
all
just
guessing.
This is the face of a man who knows what he's doing.
Confidence, Mikhail.
That's a poker face I've ever seen.
I'm not actually writing my answers. I'm just doodling, by the way.
What are you doodling?
No, I'm not.
He's setting up another
He's
3D
planning his
print.
next.
Oh, no. There you go. I doodled that.
Question 4. What year did the scenic railway at Dreamland Margate first open to the public? Was it A, 1920, B, 1922, or C, 1924? So that's A, 1920, B, 1922, or C, 1924.
Do you know what?
actually
Someone
know that
told
one.
me this the other day. I bloody wasn't listening.
How do you know that?
The oldest.
I genuinely feel like I'm back at school. I'm like, not going well.
If we were back in
Okay.
school, I'd be sent out by now for talking too much. So
I would have been in. Well, they called it removed, but yeah, basically, I just. Fun times. 5. How many active roller coasters does Phantasialand currently have? Is it A, 5, B, 6, or C, 7? So that's how many active roller coasters does
Give Arizona.
Phantasialand currently have? Is it A, 5, B, 6, or C, 7?
Hold on. Are we including the one
Thanks
we
for
don't talk
asking.
about?
Actually, not including the new one.
Not including it.
So actually, no, sorry. Yeah, I've made an error on that one.
Oh, well, if you don't know, I'll ask.
And
I
know.
will say that RCDB and my coast account differ on this one, so
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
I was
what?
wondering.
that might be where it's getting confusing.
What have you done, Weezerball?
I have, yes.
Oh wow.
What?
What are the options again? I forgot.
5, 6, or 7.
Too much going through my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's every chance that one or two of these might actually turn out to be incorrect information. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but it's quite
We'll
possible.
just see how it goes.
Fire the
Don't worry.
quizmaster. Fire the
Yeah.
I'm
quizmaster.
starting to feel a bit stupid now. So,
Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry
Just a bit
about
of,
I'm joking.
it. There isn't a
Kick
prize
him
for
off.
winning this anyway.
Question 6 then. What is the top speed of Fury 325 at Carowinds in Charlotte, North Carolina? Is it A, 93 miles per hour, B, 94, or C, 95? So that's the top speed of Fury 325 at Carowinds. Is it A, 93 miles per hour, B, 94, or C, 95?
I love how Jordan's just nodding her head like, yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
325 miles.
She already knows the answer to number 7.
Awesome. Okay, question 7. What year did Camelot finally close to the public following years of financial hardship? A, 2010, B, 2012, or C, 2013? So that's what year did Camelot close? Was it A, 2010, B, 2012, or C, 2013?
I shared a photo of that today, didn't they? Like the entrance with
yeah.
little bullnose behind.
Oh man,
Amazing.
that is-
the empty now, isn't it?
Amazing just how much has actually been removed in the space of a month, to be honest with you, really.
The fact it was left there for so long, really, though, and then all of a sudden they're like, should we get rid of it now?
To be honest, because I actually never really got to go to that park, and I'm gutted I didn't. So, but yeah.
You didn't miss much.
That's flag Camelot. I bloody love Camelot. Okay.
Finally, question 8 then. What year did American Adventure first open to the public? Was it A, 1985, B, 1986, or C, 1987? So that's what year did American Adventure first open to the public? A, 1985, B, 1986, or C, 1987?
No.
I refer to my previous note.
I can't read it.
Yeah, I think that
This is going bad.
The joke was that you wrote nothing.
Yeah, I refer to my notes.
Yeah.
My previous answer.
Right.
Okay, so we'll go through the
Every single one of mine was a guess.
Pretty much.
I'm really sad
I
now.
had no idea.
Solid 6 of mine were guesses.
So question 1 then does actually refer obviously to when Chessington, the site actually opened. I should have probably put it that way rather than the actual Chessington was out of
Joel, don't worry about it, man. Just give us the answer.
But if you give yourselves 1 point if you put 1931, so that's
No.
Wait, what? I've put the letter rather than.
Just say the letter and the
C.
what the answer is.
Yeah, letter and the thing because I put the
That's
answers.
so annoying.
You've got
I
31.
I crossed out C and changed it because I thought I had too many C's down. I went back and
I got that right as well,
That's not how
James.
it works, Sam.
I know
got
it's
one
not how
right.
it.
I got it right.
It's a problem.
Sam, when did you cross it out?
When I got to the end of the quiz, I was like, "Oh, I've got too many C's down there."
You were that guy on those multiple choice sheets in school, weren't you? Just like C. Oh, I should probably put a B now.
Yeah.
Just make a pattern on
The probability with that though, if you put all the same answer,
You're gonna
You
get some.
fail.
you have a third of a chance of actually getting the correct answer every time. So it's like,
And I actually revised for my exams at school.
And-
I did
and
revise for this.
some lecturers actually purposely made it so every answer was A, just to make people doubt their answers.
That's cruel.
Yeah, it's so cruel.
What?
That's psychological warfare.
Yeah.
So question 2, what is the top speed of Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point? If you put B, 74 miles per hour, give yourselves a point.
Hey.
2 for 2.
On the board.
I put 69. Nice.
74.
So
Grow up, mate.
Question 3, what is the total height of Hakugai at Nagashima Sparland, Japan? If you put C, 180.4.
Yes,
B,
Yeah.
Told you I had a lot of C's.
That's 3 for 3.
I don't want to play anymore.
me neither, Emma.
I go.
Question 4, what year did Scenic Railway at Dreamland Margate first open to the public? If you put A, 1920, gives you
Yes.
I'm 4 for 4. I can't
I'm
believe it.
so smart.
I just can't retain information. I'm
Question
honest,
5.
I never researched that.
What's your guesses?
The other day, I still got it wrong.
I have literally guessed at everything here.
Emma, have you got any right so far?
1, thank you very much.
Question 5, how many active roller coasters does Phantasialand currently have? If you put C7, give yourselves a point.
Yes.
Yes, I put 7.
See, why did you put so many C's? Because that's why I lost the first answer.
Don't throw you off. No.
That isn't the game, Sam. You've misinterpreted the game here.
I'm a bit slow, and I.
Question 6. What is the top speed of Fury 325 at Carowinds? If you put C, 95 miles per hour, give yourselves a point.
I told you, he's doing this on purpose.
I did 93.
Can you see what I'm doing?
Oh.
Hey.
Are they all
He
C?
went there.
No, they're not. No,
Okay.
they're not. Question 7. What year did Camelot finally close to the public? If you put B, 2012, give yourselves a point.
Oh, I went 2013.
I was on a roll.
God damn.
I was on a roll.
I went 2013.
That was a guess, but I got it.
And then finally, what year did American Adventure first open to the public? If you put C, 1987, year I was born.
Oh,
Yes.
Point.
No, I was on such a good
Put it back at the
roll.
last minute.
I got
What
5.
Wait.
What we got?
Well done.
3. I got
more than
3.
me. I got 4.
I got
I
6.
got 4.
I got 6 as well.
Wait, did I get the lowest?
What did you get?
3.
Yeah, I got 4.
Nice one. So it sounds like Luke and Sam have, joint winner. Well done, guys.
Do we have
Well
tie
done.
break? Do we
Wait,
have tie
wait,
break?
wait,
What
wait,
did Jordan
wait,
get?
wait.
Sudden
It's a
death.
tiebreaker.
I
Oh,
got
yeah, what-
6 as well.
Yeah, it was all
okay,
three of
so-
us.
so-
3
So
ways.
3 winners. Well done.
Tiebreaker.
Tie break. Tie break. Tie break.
I don't have a tiebreak, unfortunately. I should have probably prepared one.
In the chat.
I said no tie breaks, but
So-
because I'm in it, I'm
so-
like, I want a tie
so-
break now.
You messed up with your own questions, and you're not prepared for a sudden death.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Fingers on buzzers, please.
Lightning round.
In what year did
Lightning rod.
in what year did Lightning Rod open?
Give me a second and I'll prep something on the spot here for you guys. Sorry about this.
What
Talk
is
amongst yourselves.
Joe's coaster count? Closest one gets it.
Oh,
What's that?
good
What's that?
idea.
What is
What's that?
Joe's middle name?
Joe, do you know your coaster count?
No, we're not doing that.
Me, sorry, no, I don't. No. I don't keep count.
I don't keep counting mine either.
Why don't we do
Yeah,
closest
I
to
can
mine?
have- To be fair, actually, I could hazard a guess given the pack.
Closest to yours, yet you're in the tie break, Sam.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's got.
Sam, you don't get.
Right, sorry.
Right, come on, let's come up with an answer for this. What would you-
I mean, you are referred to Loki, but that was a bit trying to be a trickster god there.
Right, okay.
Have you got one, Joe?
I think so, yeah. So, in what year did Raptor Attack at Lightwater Valley first open? Was it A, 1985, B, 1986, or C, 1987?
fastest finger.
Wait, is it fastest? What? No.
No, you don't know.
Would have made it more interesting.
Okay, let me all know when you're ready.
Yeah, go on.
We're all good? Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was C, 1987.
Well, I'm out.
Yes.
Flip.
Jordan won! Jordan won!
Jordan!
Hey!
Well done.
I was livid because I thought this year was going to be at. Oh no.
No, the reason
35th.
you didn't put
No.
C because you didn't think you'd do it again. That's why.
That's why I was thinking. I was like, this is
Definitely not a 6.
How did you guys
Well,
do in the chat? Let us
Congratulations,
know
Jordan.
what scores you got. Let's have a look. What
Abysmal
you
for me.
got. It's got 6.
Anyone do worse than me?
7?
I think Theme Park.
He's all in the chat because he does phenomenal at quizzes. Just ask him.
He said
Techno and
4 out of 7.
Carl got 4 out of 6.
4 out, yeah.
4 out of 6?
4 out of 6.
7.
There was 8
There we
questions.
go.
There's 8
It
questions.
was 8.
There was
Oh,
8
4 out of 8.
questions.
4 out of 8.
No, Carl put 4 out of 6.
Yeah, but then further down he's put 4 out of 8.
Oh, okay.
No way did he
Oh, yeah,
get 4
4.
out of 8 because he always comes last. No, not a chance.
Tech Andrew put time for 27 tiebreakers.
Aaron, how have you got 7 out of 7? There was 8 questions. Hey,
when
me
you
and Techno
know.
Andrew are 3 out of 8 club.
You have to have a look. I'm not having this. He got 4 out of 8.
That was a good quiz, Joe. Well done.
Yeah, well
I
done, man.
enjoyed that.
1 out of 1.
That was tricky. That was really
Was
tricky.
very tricky.
It's got a lot of people.
Thrill Seek's got nothing.
I love a quiz.
10 out of 12.
Yeah,
Now it's
that's
just getting ridiculous.
Now you're
I
just
like
being
quizzes.
silly.
That's
Every now and then
classic
they're cool.
Aaron.
I was too busy watching Drag Race, so missed out on the questions. Fair enough.
That can be forgiven.
I can't blame him for that one.
Oh, allow.
I was just trying not to put C.
Like you sat there going, yeah, it's A or B. It's definitely got to be A or B.
Right, let's not talk about it.
Right, so let's get back into the podcast a little bit. So, Jordan, did you used to work at Thorpe?
Did.
What did you used to do at Thorpe? I'm a bit like, I don't know too much about it. So could you tell us what you used to do there?
No.
Okay.
Secret.
Sorry.
Oh, so that's fine.
You have to sign NDAs for everything.
It's just I just don't really like talking about my job, if that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. No problem.
Yeah, cool. Sorry.
No worries. No, it's no worries.
And in other news,
Yeah. So right, guys, what's everyone's plans as soon as the park's open? Where is everybody going in the chat?
Blackpool.
Everywhere. Literally.
Wherever I can get to and
M&D.
get time off for.
As far as my car will take me.
Did you say M&Ds?
Yeah.
Gonna be dead.
Hemsby Fun Park.
Venture Island.
I've had a craving.
Adventure Island's fab.
It is
It's
actually.
all right.
Yeah.
It's just awkward to get to,
Yeah.
We really
especially for me,
wanna
because
do that.
I have to go into London
Yeah.
to then come back out of London to get
Yeah, that is
there. So
annoying.
annoying.
I've had a craving to go Great Yarmouth recently.
Ah,
Uh,
Interesting.
I've been to Great Yarmouth.
I just
Have you
uploaded
got that
a
checked out,
POV on my
all the
channel.
time?
You should probably get
And
that
just-
checked out, Sean.
You are?
Probably get that checked out.
It's shit. No, honestly, it's like the best kind of like it's. I think it's because I went there as a kid,
The nostalgia.
but it's like a nostalgic, and I do like. I sometimes do like going to just like a little bit run down fun fairs and stuff, and the
Yeah.
season. I do think there's just something nice about it.
Have you been
Joyland.
to Yarmouth before?
What's that?
Have you been to Yarmouth before?
Yeah, I used to go every
Yeah.
summer as a kid. So like, I just remember seeing Joyland for the first time. It was like the best thing I'd ever seen in my life.
Joyland's so good. I love it. I
Yeah.
went. It was one of the first places I went to post lockdown. I was like, let's just get out and go somewhere. And Joyland was just. I was like, how are they going to do social distancing in Joyland? Because it's literally the tiniest place. They're like 10 square meters of space, but they managed it. It was quite good.
Yeah, and the roller coaster I think is pretty like it's really unique with the onboard
Yeah.
brakesman and stuff.
I was about to say
Like,
that's the one with the brakeman in it.
yeah.
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 If you go on there, sometimes if you go on there and it's like not many people on there, you can if you're a nice person, you'll be like, go easy on the brakes.
What are his expressions like? Does he just stand there like?
He looks so bored.
Yeah.
It does it all day. innit?
It's a
He's got one
mid-row as
massive
well.
Strong arm.
one strong arm.
Yeah.
Like Popeye.
Yeah, I don't think I'd been there since I was really young. Like, that is somewhere I would want to go back to and try that coaster out, because they had the massive fire there, didn't they? And it destroyed a lot of stuff, and then they've built back on everything, and they've really pushed it. But is that
Yeah.
right? Am I right in thinking that is that where they had the fire? I'm sure it is.
You're on
Are you
about the
thinking
pier?
of Margate?
Oh, I'm on. Yeah, sorry, I'm on. about
Margate has
yeah,
a fire
yeah,
every
sorry.
year.
Yeah. It's an event on their calendar.
Yeah.
On your fire.
Is that like their main event or something?
Pretty book it with a fire brigade.
Yeah, that is what I'm thinking of.
There,
God,
there
I'm
used
so
to
not with
be
it.
when I was a kid, we would go to Great Yarmouth. There used to be this waxworks museum there, and it was
Louis
like,
Tussauds.
oh, it was so weird. Like it was the creepiest thing ever. It'd be just like the word. Like if you want to laugh, just Google like Great Yarmouth waxworks, because it's just like they are just messed up faces.
Don't they like pride themselves on being the worst? Like
Yeah,
they're like
they
world
do.
famous for having the terrible
purpose.
waxwork.
Guys, can
Yeah.
we all do a trip to Great Yarmouth when we're allowed? I love it there.
Let's do it.
Just
Yeah.
like
Get a
that.
minibus. Go pick everyone up.
Like, what's that? That only fools and horses, the like Jolly Boys weekend, but with us, and we're going to Great Yarmouth. We'll all pick a character.
That's basically the opening weekend of Blackpool every year. That is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know what's weird?
Yeah.
I've been to Blackpool opening weekend a few times, but I never knew like opening weekend was a thing for other people.
We've
Oh,
we've
nice.
been, but we never really went to Velvet Coaster because we were just too scared. Like
Oh.
'cause didn't
I
know.
went last year for the first time, and I can't tell you what happened after about 8 o'clock on the Friday night.
Yeah.
Legend.
I've seen your
Who
vlogs,
knows?
and that just sounds like a typical Blackpool trip for you.
Well, yeah. Enjoy yourself, haven't you?
Love Blackpool.
Well, you need to see my Blackpool.
I'm disappointed.
Oh,
I was
Oktoberfest.
gonna say, you
I'm
can talk.
disappointed that it's not happening.
Yeah.
I was looking forward, like literally this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like it would have literally been like tomorrow.
I should have been travelling up this week today. Actually, I think
you would have been on your way up to mine.
So depressing.
Yeah, I would have been travelling up today.
I was
And tomorrow we would have been balls deep in cocktails. It's very sad.
Wonder where that would go.
Glad that went that way.
in Pop World.
But we can't
I got
be
thrown out
there.
of Pop World last year. It was genuinely the funniest thing I've ever seen.
They've got a Pop World.
Carl got thrown out of Pop World on the Friday night.
That's an
Don't,
achievement.
Sam, don't do it.
I love it. So
Don't do it.
in my last year of living in Brighton, they opened a Pop World, and I went all the time. Love it.
It was him and Chris Davenport were moshing to Papa Roach, and the security were like, "No, get out, get out!" Out the toilets, like, what's
I'll
going
talk about
on?
that, Chris.
How's he been keeping that story from us?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just it was so weird because then I was just coming down the stairs really drunk, and he was just getting carried away, and he was like, "Emma," and I was like,
I'm really sad now.
Yeah.
Last year,
I'm still yet to go to a Blackpool opening weekend.
last year was the first time I ever did it. To be
Well,
fair,
we'll
actually.
do it, but Blackpool opening's going to happen at some point, Mikhile.
It
gonna
will
happen at some
open,
point.
yeah.
It will open.
Yeah.
At some
We
point.
Sooner or later, I'll get to one.
Yeah, I've been like doing some work with the theme park fan the musical. It's great that they're doing it tomorrow, Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's when it was meant to happen. But I've been listening to the songs, and it's just made me miss it even more now because it's just honestly.
We're all going to be emotional wrecks by the end
I was
of
just
that.
thinking if in like the ideal circumstances of obviously without COVID being here and stuff, and opening weekend still went ahead, would Nick still have dropped it this weekend, or would he have picked another date?
I think it would have been another
do you think?
time.
Yeah,
I think they aimed for this because it was supposed to be open.
Yeah,
kind of sort of bring everybody together.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what I
Your
was going to
scents
say.
ready for those of you got them.
Did anyone buy it? Prime?
No, I've not got mine yet. I need to
That was
get
really
it.
nice.
It is. It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got mine.
Joe, on your podcast, Joe, that we did on Theme Park Insanity, you smell it, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
What do you guys think, Sean and Joe? What do you think of it?
Smells nice.
What does
I'd
it
actually
smell
just
of?
put it around the house.
Like,
It's very sweet, and it is kind of like sweet and salty, kind of. It's hard to describe.
Like a sea air sort of smell.
The thing of scents is everyone smells something different in them. They're very.
I know with the interview that Nick did with BBC, it was meant to be sea air, kind of like salty sea air, wood, and kind of like a steel kind of smell.
Candy floss in there.
Yeah, and a bit of candy floss.
Well, that's what the notes say on Aroma Prime. If you go on their site, it's got it.
Oh yeah,
it's not listed, but it doesn't say candy floss on it. But apparently there is a little hint of it meant to be in there. But I honestly thought, because he was talking about it on this podcast when he was on, he was saying like he had a scent that said Wetherspoon. So I was like, is it going to smell like really bad
Stale
after?
beer.
yeah, stale beer bottles and sticky.
No one wants to buy that.
yeah. There was. It was like kind of sea air and booze. was one of the scents, I think.
Yeah. When I do actually get the scent, I want to try the ones that he's got at some point. See what the other smells.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Or Aroma Prime should release them and just still keep giving money to Calm. That'd be awesome if they did that. That'd be sweet. But like, it's
I think
so
they're just
cool.
like stock scents. They've got so many different.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they got such an
in
inventory.
there. Like
You did that little.
I'd love to visit their place and just smell everything. Not the rotten flesh though.
No.
Oh yeah.
Because you guys did that video where you did the smell testing.
We had to
didn't
guess
you?
what the
Yeah.
smells were.
Samples.
Yeah,
That was a great video. That
so
was really cool.
It was fun to do.
But
It's
just
really weird, just smelling something and trying to work out what it reminds you of. It's
Yeah, you were kind of persuading each other like what it was as well. Yeah, that smells like that. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Wait, we were completely wrong.
Completely wrong. Yeah.
Completely wrong. Completely wrong.
So just while we're on the subject actually of Theme Park Fan the Musical, just to let you guys know, if anybody doesn't actually know already, we're actually doing a live tomorrow evening with the director, Dylan Poulton. Now, Dylan does actually run on the side a mental health podcast called Real Man Cry. And a lot of the team here at TPI do obviously have their own personal battles with mental health, myself included. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow night is we're going to be sitting down with Dylan, we're going to be sitting down with Adam of Theme Park World Tour, and having a bit of a talk about mental health, our experiences with it, and kind of opening up with it as well. Now, if anybody can join us for that, we would love you to come across. Obviously, we'll be doing it live on Theme Park Insanity on the Facebook. But the idea is obviously, you know, sort of we want to kind of raise awareness around this subject, obviously, you know, give people first-hand experiences of sort of how we've kind of found it, and also, you know, promote Theme Park Fan and Musical and also CAM as well, because there is no better time to support mental health and obviously those working to, you know, help others fight that battle. So if you do get a chance, please come check it out. It'd be absolutely amazing.
Definitely do, guys. The link is in the video description below too. Go and follow Theme Park Insanity on Facebook as well. And yeah, and are you going to upload that to YouTube after it as well?
That'll be on YouTube afterwards on playback as well for anybody that doesn't get a chance to join us live yet.
TPI player.
Awesome.
Yeah.
TPI player. I like it.
I've copyrighted
Why does that have
that.
a ring to it?
Kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, thank you for the super
He's
chat,
so
Frilsey.
Oh.
So have we got any more questions in the chat? Is anything anybody else wants to go over at all on the show?
So I've got so Jordan, you I was just wondering because like I following your channel for a little bit, like I know you've been to a whole heap of parks basically everywhere in the solar system. and you've been able to, you know, just over the years become like friends with a lot of like US enthusiasts and stuff. And I'm just wondering, like, what do you think there are any kind of like glaring like similarities or well, obviously the similarities, but like differences between like UK enthusiasts and US enthusiasts? Obviously, despite the fact that obviously the US enthusiast community is much bigger than ours, just because of how much bigger the country is and how much more parks there are and stuff. But I was wondering from your perspective, because like having had my experiences in the US, like I kind of know people from like both sides as well. So I was like wondering what you kind of think of that.
Yeah, I think that American enthusiasts are, well, the ones I've met anyway, obviously everyone's different. There's, especially the ones I've met in and around Florida, obviously the idea of like Disney versus Universal is like a huge debate.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a very like insular thing. It's very crazy to like an outsider, because we're looking at them, why are you arguing between two excellent kind of brands? Like, it's not even up for debate. But then also I found that they're quite I think American enthusiasts are quite hard to please, whereas I think British enthusiasts especially like we're obviously very picky and very critical of our own parks, but I feel like if anyone else tried to, like, if an American started slagging off Blackwell, everyone would be like, hold up. We can slag it off, but you can't. Whereas I think Americans are much more open to be like, yeah, Ride's a piece of shit, and they're very much like, if you disagree with like the general consensus, they're very much like, what are you even talking about? Like, what do you mean you think Millennium Force is bad? Like, you're stupid. Like, whereas I think there's a bit more of a different, like a more open, an openness to a difference of opinion with the kind of UK theme park enthusiast community. Whereas Americans, it's very much, they all do seem to have similar opinions about things. And if you don't agree, it's like, you're just doing it on purpose to get attention. It's quite strange.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with all of that. To be honest, from the people I've met, it's like if you have an opinion, like if you have a different opinion than they do on something at like their home park, because I think there's a lot of like sort of like home team kind of deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have like a different opinion to one of them on something from their home park, they look at you as if you've just disrespected their family.
Yeah, I remember when I went to Lake Compounds, I had Boulder Dash hyped up. Like, everyone's like, it's the best roller coaster in the world. Like, you're having an amazing time. And I went on it and I was like, it was good. Like, I did, but it's not like changed my life. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, it's not that great. Like, I would love to go back and re-ride that coaster, because apparently it wasn't running that well, whatever. Like,
had a bad day.
Yeah, like I
they gave you 73 different excuses.
Yeah, and the American enthusiasts we were visiting the park with, but like all the Brits came off and we were like, That's all right. And they're all like, yeah, like horrified that we're like, but it's almost like, you know, when like your like pet does a trick and then you're like, oh my god, come and look at my pet do a trick, and then you try, like, you show your friends and the pet's like, what are you talking about? I'm not doing that. And you're like, you're embarrassing me. Like, what happened with Boulder Dash?
It's like what we said earlier when we was about taking on our non-enthusiast friends onto a roller coaster, and they come off like, yeah, it's all right, and it's like, you didn't say the right thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Remember the lines and rehearse them next time.
I've been picturing this moment through my head for the past 3 nights. Yeah.
Oh, I do that as well.
That is literally
the
me icon when you come off, Mikhile.
I got that with when I rode Megaphobia for the first time last year, and I was expecting it to be like fucking amazing because everyone's like, Megaphobia is amazing, it's the best woody in the UK, and I came off it and I was like, it was a bit shit. Like, most people were just like, how can you say that? I was like, because it is a bit shit, and they were just like, but I thought it was incredible. I was like, well, we are allowed a difference of opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's fine.
But it was just like, I don't know, like kicked one of their kids. They were just like,
I think I enjoyed the pedalos more at Megaphobia. How close you can
I
get to it.
was too scared that my kids would jump in the water. So it's the kind of thing you do.
Yeah, that was kind of my reaction to the voyage at Holiday World as well. Not that it was like bad or anything, just it was awesome, but like it was really good, but I was expecting, you know, like world beating, because that's all anyone seems to say about it. Right? And like it was really good. I want to stress that it was really good, but like it just wasn't quite what I was expecting, and I was afraid to tell anybody.
That can happen though when you overhype something in your head as well, can't it? Like you're expecting something amazing, but then what you get, it, like you say, it's good, but it isn't. I thought it was going to be mind blowing.
Yeah,
it does happen.
To be honest, I had that on Taron as well. The first time I rode Taron, I rode it last year.
Wow.
Last year? Yeah. No, it was last year. And rode it first thing in the morning. I was like, it was really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not absolutely mind blown.
Yeah.
I was like, but then I rode it at 8 o'clock that night, and I couldn't talk afterwards. And I was like, I was like, that was incredible. But if I'd only have rode it that one time, that trip in the morning, then I would have come back and gone, I don't understand what you're all going on about. Like, so it just shows like riding things at different times obviously makes such a massive difference. So everyone's going to get a different opinion on things because not everybody rides it at the same time and the same day. And
exactly.
We looked out because like every coaster we went on, we got a front row, and it was like, so we got front row
on the first go on it as well.
First go,
wow!
And I overhyped Taron in my head. I was like getting anxious in the queue because I was just like, how about if it's shit?
But I didn't look at it. I didn't look at much of it at all. So I had it proper underhyped, so it absolutely blew me away. I was expecting something like Icon basically, and it was just completely.
Oh god, you must have been really shocked.
Jordan doesn't like Icon.
That is honestly like, oh my god, I was so because everyone was so hyped up on like press day, and everyone was like filming each other for vlogs, and I was like, don't film me because you don't want my reaction on camera. I was literally like, I just sat in the corner and sulked. I was like, this was bad. Like,
why did it let you down? Why did it let you down?
I just don't like Mac launches. I think they're really like bad. Like, I just don't think they have any oomph to them, and I just think it just kind of poozles about and doesn't really do anything. I think it just kind of like, it doesn't really know what it's doing, and it feels a bit confused, and it doesn't know what direction it's trying to go in. The only bit I really love the airtime hill, the first airtime hill, and the dive down into the second launch is very good. And then everything else, I'm like, I could do without this.
I think I agree actually. There's the 3 airtime hills I think I really like, but aside from that, I've gone the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer the big one way more than I prefer Icon.
Yeah.
The reason you mentioned, it kind of doodles about, it doesn't know what it's doing. It's kind of like Blackpool, isn't it? And that's why I love him. So
yeah,
that's why I love Icon.
I like the randomness of Blackpool, where it's just like, what the fuck is going on at all times? Like any rider on there's a moment of what what was anyone doing? It's like really weird.
I've
just chaos.
I've said it before. I've said like
Every
if
ride's
I
got
come
its
anywhere
own
else
thing.
in any other park, I would be like, it's all right. But I think because it's in Blackpool, it's just something adds to it. Like just seeing all the different coasters, and
It's nice to have a smooth ride in Blackpool.
that's also true. Yeah.
That is nice. When you've had enough of riding the woodies, like you just jump on.
Bear with me for a few months, and I'll give my opinion as well.
Yeah, Mikhile. Yeah, we'll have a special on that.
I can't wait to see what you think of it, Mikhile.
Icon special outside the exit of Icon.
Don't put that.
To be fair, I'm going to go on that. I've got to see it.
Because then you'll see the reason why Jordan didn't want to give her opinion on camera to it.
That face, McCall.
Yeah, that froze. That froze. What do you guys think of Icon in the chat? Let us know in the chat.
Luke, can I plug my channel quickly, because I did a video dissing Icon very recently.
Go on then.
A little bit. No, I just did a video dissing Icon a little bit. So.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
He called its mum fat. What are you going to do about it?
Wow.
Did not go there.
Jordan, have you ridden Helix?
Yes.
What did you think of Helix?
Helix is fantastic. Helix is excellent. Pacing's good. This is what I mean, because I went on Helix and I loved it, and I've been on Blue Fire and I really don't like Blue Fire. And I was like, this could go one of two ways. Like, there's no like preempted idea of what Icon's going to be. Yeah, I think Helix is fantastic. Like, it has the pacing, it keeps up, it does interesting things, it's got the speed, it's obviously got the like nice terrain hugging elements as well, and it has that weaving in and out of the other coasters. Whereas Icon just kind of, I feel like it builds a little bit of momentum and doesn't really know what to do with it. Whereas Helix is the opposite. It does everything perfectly. It's brilliant.
The layout just looks so well thought out.
The start, like the start is enough. As soon as I start, I was
good.
I'm sold. Like, I need to get out there.
Just where it is as well. Like, on the side of that hill, it's just like
it's fab. And that launch, like if you go on it at night, and that launch where you're launching like up the hill, like towards the city of Gothenburg, and it's so good. It's such I love Liseberg.
James, Liseberg is happening if we can. It's happening.
It should have happened for me.
Yeah,
back in 2019.
Ooh.
But then, no, literally, I was on the booking page. I got told, oh yeah, you still have 2 weeks to take off of work, like in the last 2 months of the year. So I was like, okay, book a week off, and I was just like, I'll genuinely go to Liseberg. And then I was on the booking page, and I went, I'm just going to double check. Helix isn't open for winter season.
Oh no!
So I was like, nope, not booking it. It's not happening.
Imagine if you got there and then found out.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been the worst.
Devastating.
So sad.
That would have been gutting.
That happened to. It's not on the same level, but I was working in Ireland and I really wanted to go to Tato Park, and I just spent hotel next to Tato Park. And then I was like the night before, I was like, I just need to check. I was like, it's not open. The whole park's open, but that's not open.
Oh no!
So annoyed.
That's
at least you checked before you traveled.
At least you're there for
Always
work.
check
It's
in
not like you
winter.
went there just for
How do you pronounce the name? How do you pronounce
Colin.
Coo Colin.
Is that all it is?
Oh, is that actually it? I
Colin.
was about to never try.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
It's
I
like
love it. You're like, that.
it's like the name Siobhan. Siobhan, it's Siobha. What?
Or Neve.
Colin.
Yeah, Neve.
Neve, yeah.
Wow.
Liam.
Where's the A
My
come
friend
from?
was
I
called
learned something
Siobhan,
today.
spelled that way in school, and the amount of substitute teachers went Siobhan.
Siobhan.
Yeah,
You'd think they know better by then.
You'd hope they'd learn, but
Yeah, if you're a teacher, you need to be good with names.
no, they're not.
I was.
Not the substitute teachers.
Mate,
Oh yeah, that's true.
my name's Mikhile. How many teachers do you think got that right on the first time?
I bet you got all sorts.
Go on, give us a few examples.
I mean, Michelle. on multiple occasions.
And then you're just like, yes,
Did you go to an all-boys school? Please tell me you went to an all-boys school, which made it even better.
I wish I could say that.
That would have made it so much better.
Literally, I'd just be there, like looking at my friend, like,
It's not me.
there's no one called Michelle here, miss.
Try again.
Was it one of the names that they always paused before they got to it? So in the end, you was just like, yes.
Bro, it took them like half a minute to get it out.
That man.
Who's like
Mick,
Alex,
Mick,
Dave, Simon, Michael, Mitchell,
Michelle.
What are we even doing?
There's quite a lot of love for Icon in the chat. There's quite a lot of love for Icon in the chat. Yeah.
I love Icon.
That's what it is. Like, even like
I am happy we do have a
Icon?
Mac launch in the UK.
Sam, did you just say you love Icon?
Yeah, changed my mind.
You keep changing your mind.
What you mean?
Who are you?
Yeah.
Can we just
do what I
put Sam
want.
on a mute?
It literally
We
is
put Sam
low
on
key,
mute.
isn't
I'll
it?
do it to myself.
Just causing trouble.
There we go.
Oh, fine.
No, he's saying he just started talking.
He's actually did it. There we go.
So yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to cover on the podcast? We all good?
I have nothing.
No, good.
Oh, Luke, I've got something.
Oh, okay.
In fact, actually, it's what did you drop today? What have we announced?
Yeah. So
yeah.
me and Joe have started a new YouTube channel called Adventure Collect, and it's basically we're going to be doing a YouTube channel about movies, games, collectibles. We're going to be doing a podcast on it as well. It's going to be awesome. We've got over 25 subscribers already, so thank you so much for going over and subscribing. Really appreciate it. Keep going over there. I'll drop a link in the description afterwards, but it's going to be awesome. It's something that we're both passionate about outside of theme parks, so it's going to be nice to step away from theme parks for a bit. And yeah, I mean, just look at the background of Joe. Like, he's just autographs for days. Like, his dining room is literally held up by autographs and frames. Like, so it's
there's more on the way as well, so there'll be lots of unboxings and
yeah, we're going to be doing a live unboxing next week on the channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when we go live as well. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool, honestly. And we're going to be going out whenever we can actually see each other. We're going to be going out to like Forbidden Planet and stuff like that, and filming vlogs and Comic-Cons and all sorts of things. We've got loads of plans for it, so it's going to be really cool.
It's going to be epic.
It's going to be
amazing.
It's going to be so cool.
Wicked.
I can't even keep track of one channel, so I really
Yeah.
Right.
Neither can I. Neither can I. That's why I was streaming No Limits at 12 o'clock last night.
Yeah, I saw that pop up in my feed, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was laying in bed, and then it was
felt
like
like Bob Ross.
CoasterGen is live. I was like, what?
I felt
That's
like Bob
his
Ross because I had to be quiet. I was like, right now I'm going to build the mountains and put some trees.
It's like ASMR CoasterGen.
Yeah, legit.
I saw the notification.
and then you beat the devil out of the brush.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes, just happy accidents.
Yeah. Beat the devil out.
That is literally my No Limits creations. Happy accidents. That's what they are.
You can imagine that being quite relaxing, actually.
It was chilled. I was
The music was chilled. I did watch a bit of it.
I did press on it at one point in bed, and I was like, well, "What is this?" And then there was like the music. I was like, "Oh, this is nice."
Everyone to sleep.
just building trees around a B&M Flawless coaster, which Wolf Racing 95 did for that. Actually, it's a really nice coaster, and I can't wait to work on that again. And if you like that, guys, let us know in the comments. I'll keep maybe not as late, but I will do them type of streams if you like them. But yeah,
as long as you go to bed afterwards.
Yeah, unlike last night, and then end up watching SpaceX launch at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
I was like, why am I watching this? I should be asleep. And then I didn't sleep. So yeah, right. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the CoasterGen show for this season. This season has been absolutely epic. And next season, season 3, will start on March the 4th. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to have Nick Hudson on, and we're going to have Aroma Prime. So we're having Liam from Aroma Prime joining in as well. So we're going to have them both on the podcast to tell us all about how the scent came around for Theme Park Fan the Musical, how it went down. We're going to try and get some more people involved in that as well. We're obviously going to have our season regular Screwy Loops on the show as well. He comes on at the start of every season, so that's going to be awesome to speak to Chris. But yeah, we've got a lot lined up, and obviously the Nemesis documentary is being made as we speak. It's all being put together. There are still things that need to be shot on location at Alton Towers, but other than that, it's almost together. The script is there. I'm really excited to show you, and the love you guys have given it is incredible. And you gave me 50 likes on a stream the other night, and I said I would release another trailer. So next Monday, there's going to be another trailer. It's going to drop on Twitter and YouTube. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Honestly, it's a project that I've been working on forever. Really. Since I saw Nemesis for the first time, I'm like, I need to do something about this. Like, seriously, it's just incredible. It's such a good ride. And the story behind it, and the story behind John Wadley and Alton Towers, and everything about it is just incredible. So I'm going to try and do it as high quality as I can, obviously with the current situation, but Sean's footage is in it as well. We got David Ainsworth's footage in it, which, you know, obviously he did the Air documentary with the interview with John Wadley, which is out of this world. It's incredible. So I've got a lot of amazing content creators helping me out with this. So thank you so much to them. But yeah, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the show tonight and you've enjoyed this season. Like I said, we'll be back in March. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels that are featured in this podcast tonight. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you subscribe to our channel. This is a really long sign off. So thank you, Jordan, for coming on. Thank you, Emma. And thank you, Joe. Joe, you need to join us more. You need to sit next to Sean more on the podcast.
I tell her this in general, but she just wants to sit downstairs and not talk.
No, yeah, just
you can sit there.
You hide away, but you're still in the chat.
Yeah,
it's like...
Usually I'm just watching downstairs. It's actually kind of strange being in the stream rather than in the chat. I've enjoyed it though. It's been good. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Absolutely welcome. It's been a pleasure to have everybody on. The quiz was a lot of fun as well. Well done to everyone. Well done to Jordan for winning the quiz as well.
Can we have an easy one next time?
Yeah, easy.
Can't talk about the quiz. Thank you.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And for now, we've been the CoasterGen Show. I mean, we'll see you next time, guys. See you in next season in March. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.